Chapter 19. Meanwhile, the day before the invasion, Rimuru was helping all his students pack for their commute to Tempest. Rimuru: all right, you all made sure you have everything right. Kenya: yep. Alice: of course, we can pack our bags ourselves. Gale: I almost can't believe we get to live in your town. Chloe: I know how you feel, it's like a dream that I never want to wake up from. Seal: oh well, if you're worried about that, try bleeding out. I hear that's the best way to tell if you're dreaming or not. Ciel's constant verbal assault on Chloe became as common an occurrence as feeling the wind blow on your face. Chloe started tearing up. Rimuru: there Chloe, I know Ciel's always mean to you, but don't let it bother you. Chloe began sobbing in Rimuru's chest. He patted her head to comfort her as she held him in response. This caused Chloe to gain everyone's sympathy, everyone except of course Ciel. Ciel: that over-privileged brat. Chloe peeked out from Rimuru's chest and reserved a smirk for Ciel, which did nothing to ease her mood. Naturally, Ciel knew it was an act all along, but at this moment Chloe had everyone else eating out of the palm of her hand. Ciel: damned brat knows what she's doing. If my words were enough to make her cry, she wouldn't have made it past her second retry. Rimuru: oh, that reminds me Chloe, there's something me, Ciel and Shizu need to talk about. It's urgent. See us in the classroom when you can. Chloe: all right. The time came. Chloe was a bit curious as to why she was called alone, but she knew it couldn't be that bad when she entered the classroom. Chloe: you asked to see me. Ciel immediately sealed off the room from the rest of the world. What would happen in this room would stay in this room. Rimuru: I don't know how else to say this, so I'll just spit it out in the simplest way possible. Chloe, I know exactly who and what you are. Even before Chronoa came to you, I knew. Chloe looked a bit surprised, but she then put on a serious face. Chloe: I figured you might know what with Ciel being here and Sensei Shizu being alive, but I didn't want to jump the gun. Shizu: I thought Ciel's prejudice against you would be the dead giveaway. Ciel scoffed and pouted. Chloe: but how exactly did you know, and why is Ciel here so early? Rimuru: well, it's actually quite simple. I'm the same version of me from the last timeline you reset, and I came to this world after I defeated Ivaraj. Chloe: I'm sorry, I couldn't do more back then and I let him get me. Ciel: yes, we all know how useless you are. You don't need to remind us. Rimuru: Ciel, I'm just saying, if it was me I would have found out how to save you on the second run. Rimuru: Ciel, that's enough. Rimuru glared at Ciel. She rolled her eyes and ceased her words of hate. Chloe: I know none of my plans may have worked, but if we're here together now you won't have to run from him anymore. We can. Rimuru: I know it couldn't have been easy having it all come back to you just like that, having to make a plan each time, fearing again and again that you'd fail once more. It's okay, you don't have to worry anymore because we didn't escape Ivaraj. It took 642 years, but we killed him. Chloe was surprised. She remembered that Ivaraj had gained an ego thanks to Feldway. She never thought that he could win and believed preventing his revival would be essential. Chloe: and Feldway? Rimuru: killed by Ivaraj. Chloe: I see, please tell me exactly what happened after I died. Rimuru: Ciel, what gives you the right to bring that up to him? He doesn't have to answer to you. Rimuru: calm down, Ciel, she deserves to know. I owe her that much. Best sit down, this may take a while. Rimuru's mind went back to the beginning of the years he could only describe as hell. Rimuru: once you fell, many others followed in various orders. I try not to remember. I wasn't strong enough to stop Feldway and Ivaraj. Now that he had grown an ego, any weakness he had was voided. After they finished torturing and killing Milam, they realized her death wasn't enough to awaken Veldanava like they wanted, so Feldway came up with some sick theory that I was his chosen successor, so they took it out on me. As some sick game, they gathered the heads of everyone I knew and loved in Tempest or otherwise and lined them up in a long line to me. If I was human, I was certain I'd throw up. I was furious but too weak to do anything about it. I spent a good year being their punching bag after that when something different happened. Rimuru: Feldway looked frustrated. Feldway: damn it, what more do we need to do? How much longer does Veldanava intend to keep us waiting? Ivaraj: hey, I don't know about you, but I'm getting bored of this. Why don't we try something else instead of trying to wake up the big guy? I'm sure there's far more fun that we can have. Feldway: fun? Will you focus? You forget our entire goal. I'm sure that he'll come back eventually. We have eternity to wait after all. Ivaraj: yeah, I know. I honestly figured you'd say that. With those words, Ivaraj stabbed Feldway in the back, figuratively and literally. Feldway: what about our goal? Ivaraj: you mean your goal? My goal was to have some fun in this world by going round 2 with my new self against the big guy, but since he's a no-show, I think I'll just keep our toy to myself. He's gotten too close to killing you anyway, so you're clearly too weak to stay around anyways. Feldway: Ivaraj, you bast. Ivaraj: And since you managed to entertain me for a bit, I'll give you the honor of a painless death by. Feldway began to erase from this world with a scream of terror. Rimuru was shocked at this betrayal and savagery. Ivaraj, well, now it's just us and it's clear you're the most fun thing this world has to offer, so let's have some more fun. Rimuru, like hell. Ivaraj, huh, Rimuru, you're dead wrong if you think I'll just resign myself to being here for your enjoyment. Just kill me and be done with it. Ivaraj, oh, that's no fun. Have you truly lost the will to live that badly? Rimuru, I already know that I can't defeat you and everything I care about in this world is basically gone. There's no point. What more can you take from me? Ivaraj, well, that's fine. I'm a reasonable man. I won't force you to play if you don't want to, so if you wish to end it, I'll go ahead. Ivaraj, I'll just play with your manas instead. Rimuru's eyes widened. Ivaraj, I mean, I suppose it's fair. If you're dead, she can't exactly be yours anymore, so I suppose I'll just. Rimuru, shut the hell up. Ivaraj smirked. Ivaraj, well, looks like I found out what gets you going. Rimuru, you want a game? Fine, then I'll play, win and kill you, then restore this world to what it once was, where people like you are just a bad page of history. Ivaraj, scary. I like that look in your eyes, that determination to continue even after everything is gone. Rimuru, the battle went on for 600 years. Each time I lost, he was just playing with me. He never took me seriously. I was just a plaything to him until one day. Izaraj, hey, you keep getting better and better. I always have to use a smidge more power against you every time we fight. You really are an impressive successor. Rimuru, go to hell. Ivaraj chuckled at Rimuru's frustration. Ivaraj, alright then, let's put a bit of actual effort into this attack. I wonder if you'll survive it. Ivaraj charged his magic seal. Master, this attack contains an approximate estimate of 25% of his power. It's recommended you dodge it. Rimuru, no. Seal. Master. Rimuru, I'm not running, I'm taking him on right now. Seal. Master, you can't, it's suicide. Rimuru, not if I use the only attack that seems to affect him. If not only in the slightest. As Ivaraj fired, Rimuru raised his hand and shouted the name of the only attack that seemed to even leave a scratch. Rimuru, Azathoth. Azathoth absorbed the continuous beam of the attack, but not all of it. It was leaking some out, weakening even. Seal. Master, the odds of you surviving this with this method is 3.14%. Please stop. Rimuru, no, I won't, I'll never stop, I won't give up. Azathoth seemed to be getting stronger. Rimuru, my sin is gluttony after all, so I'll use it. Azathoth fidgeted as it absorbed more of Ivaraj's blast. Ivaraj raised his eyebrow as he increased the output. Rimuru, to devour anything and everything that stands against me ever again, so also I can have more with those that I love. Rimuru roared as he used everything he believed he had in him to continue to devour the attack, when suddenly in a flash the attack was gone, and so was a great chunk of Ivaraj's body. Rimuru's eyes widened. Rimuru, Seal, what was that? Seal, answer, unknown. I think that was me. Rimuru's eyes widened as he heard another voice in his head aside from Seal, though she didn't have a face to show it at the moment. Seal was also shocked, but no one was more shocked at the moment than Ivaraj. Ivaraj, what the hell was that? You didn't have that much power before. Rimuru decided to use this moment as Ivaraj was on the ground holding his wound to make a tactical retreat. Ivaraj contemplated going after them, but he had a habit of letting them go when they retreated, all the more to fight them again later. He would not break that personal vow now. Ivaraj, so this is pain. I haven't felt it since Veldanava. It's so wonderful. Ivaraj's wound wouldn't heal. This power could only fill it and make it look healed, but the damage was permanent. Ivaraj, the hell it is. Ivaraj was in immense pain and he could no longer deny it. This was not the fun he wanted. When Rimuru got a good distance from Ivaraj, he then stopped to take a rest behind a rock. Rimuru, okay, Seal, now tell me honestly, has fought a losing battle in this ravaged hellscape of a world that made me lose my mind completely, or did I hear what sounds like a second voice in my head? Seal, answer, you still possess enough sanity to not experience delusions of voice, and you weren't the only one who heard it. Can you not talk about me like I'm not here? Isn't that a bit rude, Master? Rimuru, sorry, I'm just not really sure who or what you are, and Master. Yes, that is what the other one here who is like me calls you, is it not? So that means you are my master as well then. Rimuru, wait, are you telling me that somehow I've awakened within me a second manas? Seal, answer, it seems so, Master. Rimuru took a deep breath. Rimuru, okay, first things first. Rimuru made 2 body doubles. Rimuru, I need both of you to come out if you can. Seal, yes, Master. Okay, Master. The body double seal inhabited opened its eyes and revealed red. The eyes body double Rimuru's new manas inhabited turned green. Rimuru then laid his back on the rock and sat down. They both followed this action as well as they sat in front of him. Rimuru, so then if this new contender is really a manas, how did she appear? Seal, answer, based on past events it seems to have been born from your immense desire to devour your enemy no matter the consequences, since until now master, played it safe while fighting Ivaraj. Your frustration bottled up until you finally released it today and channeled it in this new manas from the form Azathoth. Rimuru, Rimuru stretched out his hand to the side at the dirt. Rimuru, Azathoth. Azathoth appeared and devoured the specific amount of dirt. Rimuru, odd, I can still use the previous form of Azathoth despite there being a manas of it. But I kinda felt that, so I think I'm still connected to it. Seal, I suppose it works like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon but the shell is still there. Rimuru, well I guess that makes sense. Well in any case I guess we should come up with a name to call this new manas. The figure with green eyes looked excited to have one. I'm honored master. Rimuru thought to himself a bit. He wanted to pick a good fitting name for this new manas that granted him even more power. When he finally came up with one he smirked. Rimuru, I know what I'll name you. You are what has come to save me by annihilating all those that will continue to stand in my way. You'll be my living righteous destroyer, so your name will be Azrael. Azrael's eyes widened as she accepted her name. She loved that her master gave it to her. Azrael, thank you for the name master. Seal, named after the angel of death in some Abrahamic religions including Islam and Christian pop culture, who watches over the dying and separates the soul from the body. A fitting name master. Rimuru, now Azrael, tell us about yourself. Like what do you remember, for example? Azrael, if I try to recall it I can't say I felt or knew anything. I just remember one thing in my mind: eating when fed, that's all I did. Then suddenly it felt like I didn't need to do much to eat. Then it felt like I could overwhelm and automatically consume. Then it felt like it all just came to my like I was a black hole. Rimuru, that checks out with your separate lower forms, but what awakened you? Azrael, well it's like before I was in the form now. I was always half asleep but not sentient. I didn't even know what I was, but your desire to consume all that stood in your way awakened me, at least that's my assumption. Rimuru, I see. Well Ivaraj does have a habit of leaving us alone and letting us do as we please so long as we don't leave this timeline, so we'll use this time to try and understand your powers. Azrael, understood master. Seal, I hope we can then get along as fellow manas. Seal said with a reliable smile as she held out her hand. Azrael, right, Azrael said as she nodded and shook hers. Rimuru, well since you seem to be our ace in the hole we should keep our card close to our chest. Rimuru manifested a brown cloak and gave it to Azrael. Rimuru, hide your identity so that he won't find out anything about you. Azrael took the cloak and wore it. Azrael, understood master. Rimuru, weirdly, they got along well, but somewhere along the line of the year of training to understand Azrael's true power they started to loathe each other severely. I wish I could say I knew why. All I do know was that it started around the time when Azrael chose her form. Seal pouted at Rimuru's narration. Rimuru, moving on, after that we confronted Ivaraj together. The fight lasted for 41 years until finally we won. If it wasn't for Azrael's power and Ciel's proper use of it I may have died. We had to fuse during the last year and that's when things got quite crazy. Chloe, is that why Ciel's not out of sight like she should be? Ciel, watch your mouth brat. Chloe pointed at Ciel as she declared this. Chloe, I never got the chance to say this but I always believed you were unfit to take Sensei's form and likeness in any way. Ciel, it seems this brat needs more discipline. As the two of them argued, Shizu reserved them a blank glance and then got back to the topic at hand. Shizu, so what exactly did happen when you all fused? Rimuru, well as you know Ciel and Azrael are opposites in just about every way, but still they're the strongest extensions of my power. All that power together, and I in the center receiving it, made me lose my sanity a bit. It's like I was high. I spent the year turning the tables and playing with him until he gave up on life, having them both in my mind in their fully developed states where they understand their combined powers were deemed too much. That form is reserved for emergencies only. Ciel pouted as she was fighting with Chloe. Ciel, stupid Azrael, all because of her I can't be inside of master anymore. Rimuru, I wish you wouldn't word it like that. After that, we intercepted Chronoa and had her come to this world. Going to this point in time took a good amount of our concentration, though not much power. To think that other me was able to pull this much off without even being a demon lord, he really was impressive. Shizu, complimenting yourself isn't the best look. Rimuru, oh yeah, that reminds me, Chloe. Chloe stood attention as her sensei called her. Chloe, Yes, sensei. Rimuru, I got something special for you, it's a special gift. Rimuru emerged the coffin of Chronoa. It was perfectly preserved inside his stomach. Chloe looked at it with star eyes and excitement. Rimuru, my gift for you, I made special modifications myself so that when you touch it it'll be one with you and you'll be able to switch to your strongest with ease. Seal, so that's what you were hiding. Shizu, oh well, if that was all then I'm proud of you, how thoughtful. Chloe hugged Rimuru. He was surprised but he held her in response and patted her head. Chloe, thank you sensei, but this gift pales in comparison to the gift of knowing you're alive and that the nightmare of losing you is over. Rimuru, yes it is. Seal, alright, that's enough, you can get your grubby mitts off of him. Chloe pouted and then looked at Seal smugly. Chloe, don't want to. Seal was furious, which started another feud between them. Shizu tried to break them up. Rimuru watched this all with a smile. Rimuru, I'm truly fortunate to be back here, able to enjoy it all, to be able to protect it all, to be able to love it all, and who can forget the best part, the fact that everyone in this room believes the lies I just told them. To be continued.